Parron's beauty routine. I design, brighten, and define by skin tone. Lace Caviar is perfect for extra light to light skin, while Vanilla Espresso is just the right shade for medium to tan. The light shade goes all over the eye from the lash line to the brow, while the dark shade is just for lining, darkening, and defining. What's amazing about the product is that it's going to cut any redness you might find in the eye area. It's going to alleviate any blue, darkness, or discoloration, and it is definitely going to make your eye look instantly awake. The next step in any gorgeous eye is to get a really glamorous lash. I love mascara that does it all. Thickens, lengthens, defines, darkens, and curls, and that's exactly what this does. Vintage is all about makeup that stands the test of time. It's about putting it on each and every day and knowing that it works and is relevant, because the best vintage pieces never go out of style. Lip wardrobe. So the first step in this collection was creating our velvet lip crayons. And it's great because not only does it act as a lip color, but because of the amazing point, it also acts as a liner. And all of my lip crayons come with a sharpener, so you never have to go hunting for one in your makeup drawers. My velvet lip crayons come in 3 amazing colors, and they're all super wearable. The first is Pink Lily, and that's sort of like this gorgeous, soft, pinky, lilac-y shade. Vintage Rose is one of my favorites. It's classic. It's for women who want to wear something other than red, but want something in the pinky family that's still gonna give them lift. And the last shade that I created is Candy Coral. Now, even girls that say they don't or can't wear coral can wear this color. It's because it's created with pink. I really wanted you to have diversity and options. My sparkling lip gloss is literally like liquid diamonds. It's like jewelry for your lips. I created my sparkling gloss in 4 amazing colors. A beautiful snowflake, a gorgeous pink sequin, an awesome rosebud shade, and a really hot papaya. My lip glosses are designed to be worn by themselves or over any lip color you already have at home. Vintage is all about makeup that stands the test of time. It's about putting it on each and every day and knowing that it works and is relevant, because the best vintage pieces never go out of style. And a gorgeous illuminating highlight. I think there's nothing prettier, nothing more romantic, and nothing more feminine. Each one of my Blush and Brighten palettes features 2 shades of color. We've got a softer, more neutral color, and a gorgeous pop on the other side, just to give it an extra kick. I first start by applying the blush right onto the apples of the cheek, going down and back like an oversized check mark. This keeps it natural and doesn't create any lines of demarcation. After the neutral shade's been applied, I go right into that brighter shade and right on the apple of the cheek, just give it an extra punch of color. I design my blush palettes in 2 families of color. You'll notice a pink option and a coral option. Once blush has been applied, I love to take an illuminating face highlighter and give it that gorgeous sparkling glow. You create that gorgeous glow by taking one of the highlighters in either crystal pink or rose gold, and with your powder blush brush, layering it right over the blush that's been applied. Vintage is all about makeup that stands the test of time. It's about putting it on each and every day and knowing that it works and is relevant, because the best vintage pieces never go out of style. Pop of color and a gorgeous illuminating highlight. I think there's nothing prettier, nothing. Espresso is just the right shade for medium to tan. The light shade goes all over the eye from the lash line to the brow, while the dark shade is just for lining, darkening, and defining. What's amazing about the product is that it's going to cut any redness you might find in the eye area. It's going to alleviate any blue, darkness, or discoloration, and it is definitely going to make your eye look instantly awake. The next step in any gorgeous eye is to get a really glamorous lash. I love mascara that does it all. Thickens, lengthens, defines, darkens, and curls, and that's exactly what this does. Vintage is all about makeup that stands the test of time. It's about putting it on each and every day and knowing that it works and is relevant, because the best vintage pieces never go out of style. Pop of color and a gorgeous illuminating highlight. I think there's nothing prettier, nothing more romantic, and nothing more feminine. Each one of my Blush and Brighten palettes features 2 shades of color. We've got a softer, more neutral color, and a gorgeous pop on the other side, just to give it an extra kick. I first start by applying the blush right onto the apples of the cheek, going down and back like an oversized check mark. This keeps it natural and doesn't create any lines of demarcation. After the neutral shade's been applied, I go right into that brighter shade and right on the apple of the cheek, just give it an extra punch of color. I design my blush palettes in 2 families of color. You'll notice a pink option and a coral option. Once blush has been applied, I love to take an illuminating face highlighter and give it that gorgeous sparkling glow. You create that gorgeous glow by taking one of the highlighters in either crystal pink or rose gold, and with your powder blush brush, layering it right over the blush that's been applied. Vintage is all about makeup that stands the test of time. It's about putting it on each and every day and knowing that it works and is relevant, because the best vintage pieces never go out of style.
Live from our studios in New York City, welcome into another hour of socialgrace.co.com. My name is Jose Parron. I'll be your host for this evening, and we have a full hour of gorgeous beauty products, color cosmetics from a great makeup artist and product formulator. But before we get started, I want to just have you reach out to us on social media at socialgraceco.com. You're going to see some handles and some platforms for you to reach out to us. If you've used some of the vintage products before, we'd love to hear from you. If you have some questions, you're going to have 2 makeup artists on call. So we want to make sure that we answer all of your questions, whether it be coloring, whether it be application. We want to make sure we get to all of your questions, and our production team is going to pass those questions along to me. Let us know where you're shopping from. Let us know what product you're shopping for. And something that you should know about socialgraceco.com. We want you to think globally, shop locally, but give back. And all of our product partners have made a contribution to make sure that we're giving back to the community at large. So we want you to shop for a cause with no guilt. Before we get started, I want to introduce you to a very, very special person, because Jessica Liebeskind is not just another makeup artist. She is a celebrity makeup artist with over 25 years of experience. She's also a product formulator that has worked with some of the most iconic beauty brands. We've actually know a lot of the same people we have never met before the other day. So I'm so excited. Here's Jessica.
Hi, I'm so
Hi.
happy to be here. This is such a wonderful treat for me to introduce you to the vintage brand. So first of all, vintage is about the best vintage pieces that never go out of style. So I have created an edited assortment of beauty essentials that you're going to fall in love with. These are products that stand the test of time. They make you look beautiful, feel fantastic, and go with everything you already have, know, and love right in your own beauty arsenal at home.
Now, Jessica, you have been in the industry for over 25 years. You've not only worked with some of the biggest brands on the planet, global brands, not just local brands, and you've helped to formulate products. So if you've gone from that arena, why vintage, and what allowed you to kind of narrow down to these specific products?
So my history is very unique, and it's one that makes me feel extra excited to be partnering with socialgraceco.com. I started as my first beauty brand, I should say, in camp trunks out of my sorority house in Syracuse, New York. I was an AEFI girl. And so my give back is to AEFI's philanthropies. They support women who are fighting breast and ovarian cancer, which is the Elizabeth Glazier Pediatric AIDS Foundation and Share It. So between the two parties, I'm very proud that everything we purchase here today is going to give back to them. But I parlayed that into a career in Manhattan. I was creating the cosmetics for Bobbi Brown and Estee Lauder, and I have a ton of global experience. I've created for women of all different skin tones, all different skin types, and of all different age ranges. I know what women want. I know what women need, and I also know what was missing in the marketplace. So by paring it down to a few beauty essentials, products that you instantly get that aha moment, I'm going to show you what they are and how they're going to work for you. And you're going to say, I can't believe no one else thought of that sooner.
Well, I love the way that you've curated these products, because especially coming out of a pandemic, half of our faces were covered. Like, how do you refresh yourself? How do you start over? How do you edit those things to that 5-minute routine? Everything has become that much more casual. So how does your makeup apply to that? And, it doesn't, I love makeup and I love the beauty and the creation of makeup, but no one needs 3 hours of makeup.
Yeah.
And no one's that cute that you just want to do a little something, something. So this is the way for us. And I love the way that Jessica has kind of edited this and we're going to be actually working from the top down. So we're not talking about foundations or concealers. We're simply talking about color cosmetics that will allow you to put on your face instantly, get the biggest bang for the buck, and get going.
Eyes, lips, and cheeks.
Exactly. So we're actually going to get started right away, and we're going to start out with the eyes, as you mentioned. And we're going to start out with our Brighten and Define Duo. And this is available in 2 colors. Lace Caviar, which is...
So the Brighten, Define, and Line Set is the bra and underwear of your beauty routine. This is the product that you use all over your eye. It's an eye brightener and defining eyeliner. It comes in 2 families of color, so it takes the guesswork right out for you. I'm going to tell you who it's for. Lace Caviar is for women with extra light to light skin. If you're super fair, beautiful alabaster in color, you tan and burn easily, this is the shade for you. Typically, it's in redheads, really fair blondes, snow whites. That's your color. It's your all-over eye brightener and dark defining liner. The second shade is Vanilla Espresso. It's for women with warmer skin tones. Think of women like Jennifer Aniston or Jennifer Lopez. It really has a nice span of women with very tan or medium to tan
or
skin.
Jose Parron.
Or Jose Parron, of course.
Now, the beauty of this, that for $38, not only are you getting the Brighten and Define, we're also throwing in 2 bonuses for you, because we're also going to include Jessica's Genius liner in jet black. And we also have, and I think this is your favorite because you've been incredibly generous with your sparkling lip gloss. And it's such a great color. And we're going to talk about the lip glosses later, but we're going to go straight to work on Jamie with the Brighten and Define Duo.
Define.
So which one are we going to use for Jamie?
So for Jamie, I'm going to use the Vanilla Espresso option. This is a really beautiful vanilla light color with an espresso dark liner. I'm going to apply it with the brightening eyeshadow brush. And the brushes are great because they are sable hair, all natural, cut to conform to the shape of the eyelid, making the application super easy. We're going to apply that light shade from lash line to brow bone. It's really just meant to brighten up her entire eye. You can see, open up for us, there you go. I'm going to apply it to both sides. Now, when most women go home and, go shop at their favorite, retailer or online, they typically buy products or shades that they're very comfortable with. Those are your mid-tone colors, shades that are on your lid. This is a brightener. This is meant to not be that medium tone. This is meant to be brighter than what you're accustomed to. So don't be concerned whether you're getting the vanilla option or the lace option and say, oh, that's too white for me. Oh, that's too bright for me. Or, oh, that's too creamy ivory for me. I would never wear a color like that. It's not meant to be a color that you wear on your lid exclusively or replace all those beautiful shadows that you have in your quads at home from other great big brands. It's meant to brighten all over the eye and really give you that pop and lift that those other shadows don't give you. It's meant to enhance that.
Now, as Jessica is applying with the all-over brush, and she's brightening Jamie's lid, that actually opens up. So remember all of those eyeshadow quads that you've purchased before, and you always run out of that lighter color. This is actually doing all of the work for you. So she's opening up, and you're going to see she's now switching brushes, and the brushes are available on socialgraceco.com. How are you applying the liner, Jessica?
So the liner is wonderful. This is a powder liner that can be worn wet or dry. I'm using it with a definer liner brush. And again, it's a natural haired brush, really, really tight in shape so that it can be applied wet or dry to the eye area.
Now, just as an application technique, if you want to use it wet, don't wet the product itself. You just want to do a drop of water on your brush. That's going to give you enough to turn that beautiful dual formula into a wet liner. So this can give you that great liquid eyeliner if you want to dress it up.
That's right.
Or you can just make this as simple as just defining your lash line and creating a little bit more dimension to your lash line.
That's exactly right. You can use it on the upper lash line. You can use it on the lower lash line. What's also fantastic is that you can take the remnants of your brush and use it as a brow enhancer.
I love the texture of the brush also because it has just enough stiffness that it kind of melts into the lash line and it's comfortable to use, but it's not so harsh or stiff that it hurts or that it deposits too much pigment.
That's exactly right. So what I've done is I've created a brush that is very easy to use. It has the firmness and stiffness that you need for a proper application, but it also has that bend and that wiggle mobility so that you can really control the brush and feel very in control of the product.
Now, the brushes are available on socialgraceco.com. So as you're scrolling through and you see the products from Vintage, you can actually see the products and the brushes that correspond to it. Now, as a bonus, Jessica has added her jet black gel liner, and it's amazing.
This is our smoky eye pencil. I wanted to create the blackest black pencil that you would find on the market. It is so easy to glide on. Isn't that amazing? I mean, it goes on in 1 simple second. It's super sharp, super tight. You can even use that brush to smudge and smolder that liner. So if you really like strong dynamic eyes like I do in just a simple step, you'll apply that smoky eyeliner and use it with that brush and bam.
Blend it out.
Yeah.
One of the things, as Jessica's applying, one of the beautiful things about having a product formulator in your back pocket, or as the owner, is that she knows formulas. So the shadow, that base lace or vanilla, is actually creamy enough that it really gives good coverage, but it's not powdery, it's not falling out. So you get the proper deposit of color. The liner, you can actually build. The pencil liner creates good dimension and you can blend with it and you don't have to drag through your eye. It's all very comfortable. Great formulation from someone that knows pigments.
I couldn't have said it better. I mean, you really did a phenomenal job with wrapping up the fact that these products are easy to use. I've made them easy to choose. We have a lace caviar option for those of you with extra light to light skin. We have a vanilla espresso option for those of you with medium to tan skin. It's a wet dry formula for that shadow and that liner. And it comes with that super duper dark pencil.
Okay, so $38 for the duo eyeshadow and liner, brighten and define. Jessica's also including the jet black liner. She's also including the lip gloss. And the brushes are available on socialgraceco.com. The tools are just as important as the products, so make sure that you have the right application to get the best benefit and get that makeup on as quickly as possible. Now we're gonna move on to our next product. And that is going to be our mascara. Now, Jessica has done an amazing job. You're going to see the close-up of that product and you're going to see the spoolie because mascara is not just about the formula, but how you're getting it onto the skin.
That's right. It's that brush.
Correct.
It's super important. So this is our Super Glam Mascara. This is a 5-in-1 mascara that thickens, lengthens, defines, darkens, and curls. Got that? So it's a 5-in-1 and it's absolutely wonderful. It's called Super Glam for a reason. It's really going to give you a very super glamorous lash look. You apply the mascara straight out of the tube onto the dry lashes. You can either curl your lashes in advance or you can just apply directly onto the lash itself. And after 1 or 2 coats, you're good to go. I don't suggest reapplying after the lashes are dry. That's not going to make for the most enhanced lash. Instead, with just 1 or 2 coats on soft, dry lashes, you will get a beautiful, feathery, long, lengthened appearance. And this is the blackest mascara that you will find on the market.
I'm going to have you go straight to Jamie because Jamie has super light lashes. She's very fair and she has very light lashes. So I think you're going to see a great technique to really be able to build because building mascara is kind of
it's an art, right?
It's an art, and it is the one thing that if you skip everything else on your face, you're gonna want to put some mascara and open up your lashes. So you can see that she's stroking on, she's getting that super dark definition, she's getting it tight, but again, it's adding. The first thing I asked about the mascara, is it volumizing or is it thickening?
I said both.
And she said both. And this does everything for you. So we're going to get on Jamie a super black. We're actually going to be able to fill in her lash line.
How
so
amazing
you
is that?
see how open her eye is. Again, building, lengthening.
Lengthening, darkens, defines, curls, thickens, super black. It does it all.
It does all of it. And I love that the spoolie is actually tapered so that you're actually able to get to those inner corners or your lower lashes without making a mess all over your face. And I think that's super important. Again, when you're working with a makeup artist, she knows all of the tools and all of the techniques that we're able to, you can see she's just actually spotting on and stroking those inner lashes for Jamie that are super, super light. And that she's able to go back and stroke and get more of the fullness, the lengthening effect.
And don't forget that the brush has many ways that it can be used. You can use it the long way, and you can capture each and every individual lash. That really helps with separation and lengthening. You can also wiggle it up to like get some extra volume and thickness in there. You can coat the tips, which is really going to also help enhance the length of her lashes. So many great ways to get maximum results.
Debbie is joining us and she's saying, wow. And honestly, Debbie, I'm actually looking sideways at Jamie, and I haven't seen Jamie with mascara on. So she came in with no makeup on at all, and her lashes look like she's actually put false or extensions on. So you're gonna get really great results. It also does come with a bonus. So she's also adding that lip gloss along with, and how much is the mascara?
I think like 20.
It's 18, I'm sorry. 18. It's 18 plus the bonus. How does it feel on, Jamie? Because sometimes when you put on mascara, it starts to feel heavy.
It doesn't feel heavy, but I can actually
you can see
feel and see that they're longer. As I blink, I can see them a little, and it feels like nice.
Looks beautiful.
And again, when you're doing your makeup, and we're paring this down to that 5-minute makeup, what are those things that you can put on your face that are going to get the maximum effect and take the least amount of time? And again, I'm looking sideways at Jamie, and she literally looks like you just put false lashes on her.
In a very beautiful and natural way, because it is possible. Not every full fluffy eyelash, and not every woman wants it to be so over the top that it looks unnatural. Those are the kinds of lashes where you don't know, did she
or didn't she?
That's beautiful.
I also love the fact that because we started out with brightening and defining, that you're adding light, so you really see more lash, and it still looks supernatural. Mm-hmm. So her eyes look more awake, they look brighter, that you can see a lot of the gold in the center of her eye, and that's just from the definition and the juxtaposition of dark to light. Again, so $18 for the mascara and the lip gloss as your bonus. And we're going to move on. So we've done the eyes. What's next on the face? And
I should also add, for those of you that love that mascara, once you use it, 6 months after opening, and then it's done.
Time to replace it. Absolutely amazing. Debbie is hooked. I think Debbie is getting some mascara. Now we're going to move on to our next product, or we're actually going to recap because we're going to see the brushes that we used to apply. This is to use the brighten. So we're using that all over the eye. And we're going to go back to the define also. Or no, we're not going to do the define. Yes, you are. Thank you. And that's to line the eye, wet or dry.
And what's also great about these brushes, just to recap really fast, is that they are, once you buy them, you never have to buy them again. And the names of the product is actually on the brush. So it will say brightening eyeshadow brush or defining eyeliner brush. So I've taken the guesswork out for you, so you know exactly what brush goes with what product. So it's really easy to use once you get it at home.
Jessica, I also love the fact that you've done that define brush, because sometimes I like to do that inner corner of the eye with the light, especially under the eye. If you tend to suffer from dark shadows, this is a great way. So I would almost do 2 of these. And absolutely. One of my little tricks, so do one as your darker, put a little nail polish so you know what color it is. And you're using that with your dark, and then do the other one. Remember, you can use it wet or dry. So you've got multiple looks with one easy compact.
That's right.
2 makeup artists battling it out. I love it. All right, we are going to move on to face. Jessica, can you bring the face brush with you, if you don't mind?
Absolutely.
Because we're going to move on to your blush and brighten. And this is in Pink Blossom. So this is a duo blush. And then we're also going to talk about the next product, and this is the
illuminating
face powder. So we're putting this all together. Jessica, again, has given us the travel lip gloss, which is going to be essential, and you're going to want it in every one of your bags. So why 2 blushes?
So the the blush, brighten, and glow set is an absolute must-have. I chose 2 blushes because every woman needs 2 blushes at home. You need a neutral color, which you'll find here in Blossom, and you need that gorgeous pop color in Poppy. The neutral color is meant to be the color that your cheeks turn after you've exercised. It's that soft, natural flush of color. That pop color is to give you the lift that every woman needs. It's that awakening. Now, a lot of women don't understand that when they feel faded or when they feel tired or after the end of a long day, like, what do I need? What do I do? I'm going to meet a friend for a drink, or I'm going on that date, and I just need to start adding makeup. And so they start going for mascara, and they start strengthening their brows, and they layer
everything
more
gets
foundation.
darker and heavier, and you look tired.
They just look like a lot of more, a lot of a lot. But you don't need a lot. What you need is the right products, and you need a little bit of pop blush. Just that brightening blush, just a little bit on the cheeks, instantly makes you look awake and makes you look refreshed.
I'm putting you to work, girl.
So
go.
Here we go.
Off you go to the races.
So let's start with the blush brush. We're going to use that Blossom shade, and it's for women of all different skin tones. Whether you're super fair or super dark, I promise you these are the shades for you. As my over a quarter of a century as a makeup artist in the beauty industry and having developed for some of the world's biggest brands, I have found that these are the 2 most well-received products to help a woman look and feel her best instantly. My technique is simple. Smile and you blush down and back like an oversized check mark. Down and back. It creates the most natural look. There's no fishy faces, no suctions, no nothing. It's real and organic, honest, and true. Because anytime you move your face while you're engaging, while you're smiling and laughing, it just looks like the blush has been properly placed.
All right, so you've done the lighter of the 2 of the Pink Blossom all over. Now, this is the one that scares our girls.
There's nothing.
So I want
to
you
be
to
scared
show
of.
us how, and I want to take that fear out of it.
Okay.
Go.
So this should actually be the product. What scares us is what we should gravitate towards in life and in makeup. So take that pop color, smile for me, and apply that right to the apples of the cheeks. It's just that little boost of color. You don't need a lot. You just need the right shade just to give you that little bit of lift.
And this is where the right formulation and the right brush makes all the difference, because you've made sure that these have an easy taper, that these are tapered just beautifully, so they grab just the right amount
of product
and deposit it. So you're not getting big blotches of blush. That makes all of the difference for you.
Absolutely. And so sometimes women use a blush brush that is thinner or longer, or one that just doesn't fully immerse itself in the product itself. So having a brush head of this size is super important. And this is an investment piece. This is a blush brush that you will purchase once and will truly last you a lifetime. It is very easy to use. And in terms of cleaning it, all you do is add a little bit of warm soapy water, squeeze out the color, lay it over the counter to dry, and boom, you'll wake up tomorrow morning to a perfect new brush.
When they're cut right, they shape. And it is important. Don't let it dry this way, because the water goes back into here. You want to lay it down.
That's right.
To dry. So you want it to be vertical when you use it. Now, I love that flush of color on Jamie, because it looks like she's gone for a brisk walk.
That's right.
It looks like she was out in the sun, and it looks natural. It looks like I told her a really dirty joke and I embarrassed her and brought color on. And that's what, people think, oh my God, that's too bright, or it's too pink. If you go out in the sun, or if you smile and you blush, you don't blush coral.
And you don't blush bronze.
You don't
Hello.
blush brown.
No, you don't.
You blush pink. That is blood
right.
coming to the surface of the skin. And that's what natural makeup does for you.
That's right.
Now, we're going to finish the look.
And I should add,
Yes.
because I'm so excited, but you said something so smart, and I wanted to capitalize
Everything
on
I say is smart,
Genius,
Jessica.
honey.
Go ahead.
So this is what's going on. Women mistake pink blush or blush for bronzer.
Correct.
Bronzer is meant to warm your skin, tan your skin, connect your skin. It's not meant to brighten your skin.
Correct.
Pink blush brightens. Pink blush makes you look happy.
Makes you look healthy and it makes you look awake. And if you suffer from dark circles, that pop of color that you're all afraid of, that Jessica's including on there, it's what kind of brings color and brightness and de-emphasizes the darkness. Now, I always recommend, especially like ethnic skin tones, darker skin tones, we lose our color. If you're olive in undertone, you sometimes look sallow or tired. Add a little extra pop of the pink, and then we're gonna finish up with the brighten.
This is a beautiful illuminating face highlighter. This is not like your daughter's highlighter. This is not adding.
This is not a star poplet. It has a sheen to it,
Yes.
but it's not glittery or teenage.
No, this is a beautiful, I'm gonna show you on my hand before I share it with you on Jamie's skin. This is a beautiful illumination of color. This looks like a candlelit glow, a beautiful ballerina slip of pink on the skin. It illuminates, it gives beautiful, sultry, soft shimmer, and it just makes you look and feel sexy.
Off to work, girl. There you go. Off you go. What I love about this is that it's actually adding light. So when we talk about, we've added a little bit of color, but we're now adding a little bit more brightness into the skin. And we talked about bronzer, and I have no issues with bronzer. Clearly, I wear too much of it. But this almost has a rose gold quality to it. So it's reflecting light. It's finishing the skin. Again, when we were talking about adding the bright of the pink blossom, add a little too much of it, and then finish the face with this.
The crystal pink is absolutely magnificent because what it does is it adds that illumination and glow. And women, as they mature, tend to lose luster, they lose moisture after they've gone through life changes, giving birth to children, things of that nature.
Multiple children.
Multiple children. You really can, there's a dullness that can take over. And this is a wonderful, beautiful, easy to use product that restores that lift and that life. And it just makes you feel so pretty.
Now, I'm going to come over because I can't just sit still, girl. You know, as a makeup artist, I also love when you're using the product after you've finished the face and you've added that light. Now, all of the brighten and define that we've used all over has been matte. Don't be afraid. Thank you, Jamie. Don't be afraid to just, with that same brush, finish off the eye because that just adds just a drop more light. And what needs more light than our eyes?
Nothing. And what I love is here you have two.
Here, I'll let you go back. Sorry. I can't do a full hour of makeup and not touch someone.
No, but it's true. When makeup is exciting. Makeup makes people happy and people
it makes you feel
have
good.
Their own style and sensibility. And that's what's so great about this collection is that it's an edited assortment of beauty essentials. And there are so many wonderful ways that you can use them and enjoy them at home. Whether you are a working mom, whether you are going out for a night on the town, whether you are a makeup artist, we all have our own style and approach. We all like to see ourselves a certain way. And these products can transition with you so effortlessly.
I'm also going to go back, and I know that seems, I'm kind of a less is more is more. At this price, the quality and the finish of these brushes are amazing. I would again do 2 of these because I want one for the color aspect of it. And again, just put a little nail polish on it so you know which one you're using for the brighter, and then use the other one to finish off the face. Honestly, brushes, good quality brushes are so expensive. I have brushes in my kit that are hundreds of dollars. which I'm crazy about, and then I end up not using them. So I want to make sure that you love and use them. For $28 for that blush brush is an amazing price point.
And it's, you know, it's a natural hair.
Yep.
It's sable. And sable is a wonderful hair that is so beautifully soft. Now, any of you at home that are concerned about the animals, I take them very seriously and I love them very much. And they only get a little haircut. And we really are very gentle and mindful when we snip their hair to create these beautiful products.
And again, we don't need it. We don't need the fiber. We need it to be molded, and we need the end of the brush. So the fact that they're just getting a haircut, but when they're beautifully domed the way you've done it, it actually creates the right amount of pickup of color and the right amount of release. Tools are almost just as important as the makeup itself.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad you've done this. You've made it super simple, but you've made it really effective.
Thank you. And I think from my years as a product developer and as a makeup artist and having worked with so many women, it gives you that insight and that information to really craft correctly.
And it's fun to do red carpet makeup and do false eyelashes and whatnot, but what are we showing where you can do something yourself, where you have the technique, you have the ability to do this yourself and get the most bang out of the buck and look and feel your best, not just for special occasions, but for every day. Okay, how do we finish?
With lips.
Lips. All right, so lips, we are gonna move on, and Jessica's done an amazing job with these lip glosses. $18, available in 4 shades. We're gonna start out so you can see. Snowflake is that perfect alabaster with a little bit of sheen to it.
This is Snowflake. Yes, this is a beautiful ivory color with that opalescent quality. It's great for women who don't like to wear a lot of lip. It's very soft. It's a very elegant chapstick, if you will. The next shade is Pink Sequin. This is the shade that we're giving away.
And a lot of the bonuses in the travel size. This is genius because it has just the right amount of color, the right amount of gold, the right amount of sparkle.
Absolutely. It's a ballerina slipper pink. It's a beautiful, soft pink. It is like jewelry for your lips. It's as elegant as it gets.
So $18. The next color is Papaya.
Oops, I was on rose. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm going to skip.
Oh.
I'm going to go to Rosebud.
Oh, sorry.
This is more of a mid-tone.
Thank you, Joey.
And Rosebud is beautiful. It is the kind of beautiful rose that you'd find in an English garden. It's deeper than our Pink Sequin. So those of you ladies that like a bit of a deeper rose, something that is more of a mid-tone that gives a little bit more depth to the mouth. And finally, we have Papaya. Papaya is tropical. It feels like a vacation in Hawaii. And it is more coral than the other 2 pink shades that we have shown you today.
Now let's go to work. What are you going to use on Jamie?
For Jamie, I actually think I'm going to play with the Papaya, and you can even mix the colors, which is what's so great. I'm going to show you all of them on my hands, I think, first, before I even go into applying the color to Jamie's skin, because I think you should see them. This is that Snowflake color. And when you apply the gloss, notice that it has a professional brush applicator.
So makeup artists do not use doe foot applicators. We always use lip brushes. It gives you the right amount of pigment and it doesn't disturb if you've used another lipstick underneath. So that is light in a bottle.
This is beautiful. Isn't that stunning? I call it sophisticated sparkle. This is not your daughter's lip gloss. So for those of you ladies at home that are wondering, is this going to look right on me? Is this too much for me? The answer is no.
All right, the next color. This is your favorite, I think.
Oh, I'm a pink sequin.
I know.
Yeah. I like anything with pink and sequin, so I'm a pink
Okay, that's a
sequin.
perfect combination for you.
So this is Pink Sequin, and Pink Sequin is just so unbelievably feminine. Notice the sheerness, but I also want you to notice that it still has a level of color to it. It's not invisible, it's not see-through or fully transparent. It's just perfectly sheer with that soft, subtle component of color.
This is also a great product to use with your favorite lipstick that's just now starting to feel a little too heavy because we haven't worn lipstick for so long. It's a great way to just bring it down one level and have it look fresh and new.
Absolutely. Now that most of us are becoming masked off, We want to show our smiles again. We want to have that beautiful smile that we have grown to love up until these last X months.
Forgotten.
Where it was forgotten.
Forgotten about.
And so it's time, let these glosses help you smile again with their beautiful color.
And this is?
And this is Rosebud. This is absolutely magnificent. Rosebud has a little bit more color payoff than the other two that you've seen. So those of you that are not, that are very comfortable wearing lipstick or wearing lipstick or like a lip gloss with more color or pigment, this is that perfect rosy color for you.
Now, we were talking earlier about girls that lose their color, that tend to wash out. That is the perfect pink for you because it bumps it up to the next level where you're getting color, you're getting payoff, but it still looks super natural. And I think we should just go straight to Jamie for the papaya because that papaya is gorgeous. That actually might be my favorite.
It's absolutely magnificent. And what I should add is because of all my years as a product formulator, I know what works. And if you look at me, I'm a classic pink girl. I am not a typical coral wearer. Most corals that you find are yellow. They make you look sallow.
Yeah.
They're almost pumpkined, right?
And they lose their crispness and their sharpness 10 minutes into your wear.
Yes, what you need is a little bit of pink. And that is my secret weapon in this color. Because it has a little bit of pink, it makes the color absolutely perfect so that even non-traditional coral wearers can wear it and look fabulous in it.
Now, again, when you're applying color, and so I've always been made fun of because lipstick is that product that is the hardest to formulate. Lipstick is right next to your nose, so people are very scent sensitive. I've gotten a lot of ladies yell at me. They're like, well, it's sticky and my hair gets stuck in it and it makes a streak on my face. So what was the first thing I did when we came in together? I actually took the snowflake and I put it on my lips just to make sure I wasn't getting string, I wasn't getting sticky.
No tack, no stick.
It feels creamy. It feels, you don't feel, and sometimes when a product has glitter in it,
it can feel
feels
gritty.
chunky.
It
No chunkies.
does not.
No chunkies here.
These
So
are
that
very
was really
important.
important. Now, Jessica has a different take on lip because very often we'll use a lip liner and we'll use it all over. Jessica actually does the lip liner last.
Bingo.
So go to work, girl.
Okay, so this is our cashmere lip pencil. And what I love about the cashmere lip pencil, and in fact, all of our products, because they do exactly what they say they're going to. This is that cashmere pencil. Why cashmere? Because it feels creamy. It feels heavenly. It's like that cozy sweater that you want to put on all the time, each and every day. This is that lip pencil that you're going to use all the time. And it works with every single color that you have at home, even though it's called mocha and it's that perfect neutral that looks like your lips, but better. It partners so perfectly with every color in the rainbow, whether it's bright, vivid reds, to neutrals, to nudes, to corals, to pinks. What it does is it enhances your lip shape. And I use it after lipstick or gloss has been applied, not to create my own mouth, but to enhance the one that I have. Because there's nothing, in my opinion, more unattractive than an overdrawn, overlined, overly exaggerated lip.
Why do you hate the 80s, Jessica? Come on.
The music was fabulous. The makeup,
the lip liner, not so
much.
much.
Right.
$18 for the mocha lip liner. I love the fact that this actually is a neutral that isn't brown. There's no poopy lips here.
No,
this is something that just adds a little bit more definition, but it's still flesh tone.
Yes, it's mocha, so it is fleshy. It has that pink associated with it. All of my lip and cheek
Jamie's
colors
laughing at me. He's like,
have
we'll let
pink.
him in here.
But it is the pink that's the secret weapon because all women have pink in their skin.
And it doesn't matter if you're fair ivory or African American.
Correct.
The blood is pink and that's what flushes to the surface. So this is one of those products that really covers almost every color range. And that's really important. This is how you got it so right, Jessica.
Thank you. I mean, I really feel that my years as a product formulator for creating for some of the world's biggest brands like Bobbi Brown and Estee Lauder, I had to develop for a global market. It wasn't just regional. I wasn't just creating for the ladies in Texas. I wasn't creating for the city girls in New York City. And I wasn't just creating for women in fabulous cities around the world. I was creating for all women so that when it came time to create my own collection of color, I knew what worked on women and what women wanted. And I created products just for you.
And I love that you've been able to take the trend out of makeup and talk about something that is everlasting, that does not have a season or, oh, well, you're only wearing it till this time. This is something that you can build onto. This is something that you can play with other products that you have at home. How we started with that Brighten and Define, it's that shadow that you ran out of in your favorite quad. You can now go back and kind of reinvent it and have fun with it. Makeup is meant to have fun. Top to bottom, Jessica just nails it on every level. And we're so excited to have her here at socialgraceco.com.
Thank you. I really believe that the best vintage pieces never go out of style. So when you talk to their relevancy, their lack of seasonality, their timelessness, this collection is it.
I'd love to go back for one last shot at Jamie, because I think, and again, we've stopped through every technique that we've done, but to be able to do a very quick makeup that was super easy, super brightening, and this is not fashion makeup. This is
pretty girl makeup.
Pretty girl makeup.
Pretty lady makeup.
You should be able to pare this down to your 5-minute routine at home and look great with very little effort.
That's right.
You are a love. This was so much fun.
You are a love. Thank you.
I'm sorry I'm like reaching over you to do a makeup. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on socialgraceco.com. We're really excited to have you here. Let us know what you think of the product. Follow us on social media, and I look forward to our next visit.